physical world. This is called the Star of David, right? But what it is, this is the lock. This hex in here locks you in the box. Unless you have the key and you know how to turn it. The key, my brother. It is the divine spark. It's the spark of it's the spark of imagination. You see, because what happens is God in creation created for 6 days and rested on the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From what I've understood, this is the key of David. You see, David was a man after God's own heart. He had great imagination. You see, and imagination don't work well in a box. You see, we live in boxes, we drive boxes, we look at boxes, our computers, our TVs. We buy everything that is boxes at Walmart and all this crud. Now, and watch this. This is pretty cool. Here is, I'm not very good at drawing. This is like the Walmart symbol, as close as I can draw it. When you actually connect the inside, it's a hex. It's a cube right in the center, okay? But that's what's missing, your imagination. You see? You see? Okay, it's everywhere. I mean everywhere. In Scripture, there's 20 verses with the word imagination. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, and God destroyed the world because all the imaginations of men were evil continuously. Jesus says, as in the days of Noah, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. All the imaginations of men are evil. 10 commandments, 10 things you are not to imagine. Now, what happens back to reductionism, sorry, I'll jump back there. The reductionism says that everything can be divided into 6 simple parts, leaving out God. The opposite of reductionism is holism, which is taking in the whole. That's everything. That's sort of taking in spirit. Stone is very important. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. It's the recipe for Adam. If I take earth, air, fire, water, I get a stone. God says, if you look up the word stone, it's about the 3rd or 4th scripture that comes up. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I've read so much. God says, if you want to build an altar unto me, apply not your tools of iron to the stone, for you will pollute it. Masons lay the cornerstone. Jacob stood a stone and anointed it with oil. the difference between him and the stone was spirit. People walking around that have no idea of the spirit that is within them are stones. Cube stones. And in those cube stones, there's no spirit. It's the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. That's a lot, dude. But the imagination. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to have to edit it. Here, here's something. Kira, hush! Kira! Kira, hush.
What my eyes will see when your face is before me, I can only imagine.
You see, in the imagination, all things are possible with God. See, Adam was made in the image of God. Made in the imagination, in the image of, God gave us imagination. How do we use it? You see, every breath we take is the Spirit of God. And He's waiting to see, what do we create with it? What do we imagine? Everything that's in this world manifested out of the imagination of some man, woman, and child. You see, the 6 days of creation, plus the 7th day of rest, you see, 7 is the number of completion. It's 7 deadly sins, 7 seals, 7 swords, 7 vials, 7 wonders of the world, 7 seas, 7 continents. 7, there is a definite pattern. Okay? But 7, alright, so let's get back. Star of David. It's the lock. The key is the imagination. Faith is what turns it. That's what moves it. You see, Jesus says, faith the size of a mustard seed, and you will move mountains. What's the best way to move a mountain? Water. In Scripture, water is the symbol for imaginations, possibilities. You see, a river flows from the throne of God. All the possibilities, everything that could ever be imagined and created or whatever, you see, it's endless. God don't fit in a box. I'm jumping around, but I just want to sort of attach something to consider. All right, have a good day. Sorry, man, I've been working all day today.